Is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. They begin with a run by Barkley. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The numbers for him from a week ago: 20 carries, 58 yards, and a score.
And when he went over 1,000 yards last week, you know what it did for their offense? It gave them a true identity, because everyone's going to talk about this. The offensive line's going to take pride in it. Of course, the guy carrying the football will. But how about the coaching staff? When they go in and talk contracts, when they talk...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Ron Thornhill. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football.
Brandon, I wonder if someone's down there checking on the head coach right now, because he might be in a little bit of shock after what just transpired. Instead of a lengthy opening drive to deal with, his guy stepped up and stole that drive away. Momentum on their side now. How will they attack on offense?
Steps away. He'll get this one to Kelsey. That's complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. That's good for 28 yards.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there.
And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Isaiah Pacheco. That's his 19th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that makes the score 7-0. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that will bring up second down. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
Jones on third down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
Fielded at the 20. It'll be a 48-yard punt. 5 there on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. Well, this defense for the Giants, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape, because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. 30, 10, 5, and all the Kansas City touchdown. Brandon Ayuk, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Chiefs have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that'll make the score 14-0. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it was Brandon Ayuk capping it off with a touchdown reception. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The possession switching back to the New York Giants. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. It's Barkley on the counter. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want, but on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And he fields it cleanly. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A good return there, 17 yards. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's got some space here. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. Right back to him on 1st down. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. Give him 13 yards there at a Kansas City 1st down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Throwing now is Mahomes. Out to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
He pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
And Brandon, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Butker's kick here is good. And that'll make this 17-0 here in the opening quarter. So a great first quarter continues here as they add on to that lead.
And Brandon, I think it sets up what's going to be an important drive because it's now 17-0. So the other guys, they got to figure out something quick before this game gets away from them.
And now out come the Giants. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 17-0 our score after one. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Operating from the gun, Jones. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big third down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd. On to punt, Jamie Gillen. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
On 2nd and a yard, Mahomes. Catch is made by Hardman. And he's got this all the way down to the 5-yard line. A big play there for KC. 53 yards. Pretty good timing. He waited just enough for that post play to develop and laid it right in there.
And you know what a lot of teams do when they decide to throw a post route? Because it's a little bit longer developing play. They max protect. Bring everyone in, keep the tight end in, an extra back to make sure the quarterback has time to deliver the football.
And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
And they'll run again. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco with a milestone career touchdown number 100. Joining Curtis Martin and Franco Harris at the century mark as he continues to climb the all-time list. And the Chiefs are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the route is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. And the Giants ready to come out now. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores. And I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession.
But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Jones. Pass is caught by Wan'Dale Robinson. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now, that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. It's complete to Robinson. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short definitely was a great time to dial one up.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones. And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. Chris Jones, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Barkley, inside handoff, and he'll go down right around the 47 this time. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On is Jamie Gillen to punt this one away. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Now Brandon Ayuk ready to bring out the rest of this offense here for this upcoming series. Making his presence felt early in this one. First half already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but his shredding defense is getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
Mahomes' throw complete here to Ayuk. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. Mahomes now to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now here's Mahomes. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. And again, it's Mahomes on the move to his left. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him, because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do.
lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now it's Mahomes again. It's Kelsey on the ground. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Mahomes to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Giants are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. I like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you.
So we've come to past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter. This fielded right at the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game. Or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
And he'll get about 3 up close to the 35. 5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd. Hands it off out of the gun. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 68 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout call. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They go play fake. Mahomes steps away. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage. 17 on the play. Play action. Now it's Mahomes sliding out of the pocket. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but the flag comes out for interference.
And now you're set up right on the doorstep of the goal line. 1 yard away. Changes what your play.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Chiefs take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't it.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Operating from the gun, Jones. He's going to go up top again. And a high throw there as this is knocked away down to the ground and incomplete.
But we saw that he had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
On 2nd and 10, Jones. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 14. The 3rd down conversion successful. A gain of 11. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes. And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Back to throw again. Touchdown, Giants! Russell Gage from 8 yards out. And the Giants are able to cut into that deficit. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is down to 24. Noah Igbenogany from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. KC's offense ready to take over. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. On play action, it's Mahomes. Forced out to his left. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
90 yards for him on the ground now, and 3 touchdowns to go along with it. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They go play action. Now Mahomes out to his left. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Mahomes going to throw. Buying time to his left. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down. Now a timeout called for by the offense. And that's going to leave him with just 1 timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And Mahomes hit. He lost the football. Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
They'll try to run this one in. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1. Well, they held him out on 2nd down, and now here's 3rd and goal. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco taking it in from a yard out. And the Chiefs add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point by Butker is on target. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Jones. Out route pass complete to Bellinger. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. With this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points.
And the Chiefs are going to get him. Chris Jones able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to...
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Nick Bolton in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. Throwing Jones. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Desperation time now. Here's Jones. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Ambry Thomas. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
On first down, they look downfield, and it's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Looking to throw is Mahomes. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Partner, they've been aggressive, airing it out all game long, and no better evidence than those last 2 snaps. They weren't going to beat this coverage, though, 2 plays in a row, and that one falls incomplete.
And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 130 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now Mahomes. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 23 yards on the play. Mahomes going to throw it here. Here's Tony on the quick slant. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's been a fun game for him so far, but I think he tried to do just a little too much that time. Give the defense a rare win on that snap.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Now they go screen. It's complete. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll look to throw here. And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Another touchdown here in the fourth quarter, and Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball and sometimes even your special teams, and that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Set to take the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Well, this was a blowout supported by both sides of the ball today, Charles. It would be easy to look at the offense and say, man, they were clicking, and they were, but don't forget about the effort by this defense as well.
Yeah, they weren't going to let up just because the lead was safe. They wanted to play as big a part in this game as their offense did in making this blowout. They needed to be noticed as well, and they played accordingly.
So for the Chiefs, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they'll get another road date next week.